Hi everyone. Starting to go through now and look at basically two and see if my strategies will work for any um, basically any properties or any stock, any pair of stock, any foreign exchange, any Forex, and also gold, right? I've been trading gold and I'm just going to go through and actually use the first 15 minutes just to go through a few and actually talk about my setup. About the current fluctuations in the world's economy. Right? Talk about my setup for the day. And then I will just go through and show you a 4 hour or 2 hour and then go through an 8 hour. I will break this up, but this first 15 to 30 minutes is just my setup. Basically, what am I doing to set up? So if I go through and actually talk you through basically the first two information I've got on the screen here. First of all, I need to share this with you. Okay, this is not an investment advice. I am only a retail trader and I'm not a professional. I'm an experienced maths teacher using keywords to apply to trading. And I'm going to just look at the Forex now. So I'm going to look at the British and the yen together, that pair. I'm going to look at. I'm going to look at the US dollars and the Japanese yen together, and I'm going to look at gold. And then from time to time throughout my series, in an 8 hour today trading, I will show you basically my tracking of these three things here. So I'm going to track the Great British Pound with the yen, the US dollar with the yen, and also the gold. Now, this is a disclaimer. So that's my disclaimer here. So let's just look at my setup today. So looking at basically a breakdown. So this is the Great British Pound here. Now, if I look and show you the Great British Pound, you can see here it's below the 15 minutes, it's below the 20 moving average. Okay, the 20 moving average, you can see for the last hour, you can see for the last 2-3 hours, it's been low. You can see over the last 8 hours here, you can see, look, you can see here, there was a strong at 3 o'clock, right, at 3. Okay, that was yesterday. There was a strong buying, and then you can see sell off. Yeah, well, if you look here, and this is my horizontal and vertical line here. Okay, I'm just comparing just the candles. Also, the candles I like to use is not the regular candles. Okay, I use the Ashi candles. Okay, because that's cleaner. Now, I look basically and make sure all my settings is right. Check my 4 hour. Check my 1 hour. Okay. You can see here, everything is below the 20 moving average. Everything is below the 20 moving average. So I'm just going to break them down step by step and then just show you what my setup would be starting from 2 o'clock. So this is basically my first 15 to 30 minute setup, and then from 2 o'clock today I'm going to actually start trading. So I come in, right? Basically I set up my e-tour, I've made sure I've got my three setting: 15 minutes, 1 hour, and also 4 hour, and also I'll be using the day. So basically you can see here it's all going down. Okay, it's all going down, it's all going down. So my intention here, right? Let's just look at the day though and actually break it down. So expand this a bit. You can see a very strong selling off of the pound. Clearly, you can see here a very strong selling off of the pound. Okay, strong selling off of the pound. It's break the 20 moving average, remain below the 20 moving average, right? And there's no coming back here in the 15 minutes. So nice. So let's just talk about 15 minutes. Okay, and let's just break this down and just see what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about, and I'm not involving or getting involved in any technicality here. All I'm doing here is said, okay, a decision here. I'm going to enter. Say I'm going to enter when this goes and stay below the 20 moving average. That's the time I'm going to enter. I'm going to take this as an example. This is real life running now. Okay, 15 minutes. So the candle is at 10 o'clock here, right? It's probably doesn't touch, it's still above. Okay, you can see here, this is where my decision would come from. If I move this here, right, this would be where the first 15 minutes comes in. There you go. Now from here, you can see it stays there. So I would not make a decision here. I would not make a decision here. This candle here, the third candle, it's a very strong selling off. As you can see, strong selling off here. So this becomes a strong selling off. And you can see it goes below the one that opened again, another strong selling off. It opened another 15 minutes. So this is, if I take this, this is 1 hour, right? 15 minutes, 1 hour. Just the time, the maths and basic maths I'm using. 15 minutes, 1 hour. So this basically tells me here, okay, it came and it remained and it's a strong one. So when it opened, this is where it will open. It will, this one opens here. This would be my entry point. Okay, so lower, 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 lower. So all of this I'm in the money. Okay, also it stays remain lower, lower. But if you want to track, you won't see, you will see here. I'm taking any time. I'm just showing you anytime I come in the market. Doesn't really matter when I come in the market. I just come in the market. This is what happened. Okay. So when I come in the market, and this is where I will track. So I enter at red. Let's just use this as a green. Okay. Green. I enter at red. Okay. Lower, lower. But if you notice here, it comes and still remains, right, lower, right? There's no struggle here because you're already in profit from your entry point here. If you enter here, okay, you're still in profit. You could, if you want to be quick, okay, but you could turn around. You could also enter here, right? You could also enter at the blue line which I'm putting. So this tells you, because this is where the candle opens, right? You could enter there. Now, this is just my 15 minutes. That's if you're tracking this. So if I'm in this now, in this trade, and I start and I enter here, this is where I enter. I will continue with my entry. Okay, I will continue with my entry until until this shows me any clearer indication that I'm not interested in. So you can see here, it's a red day today. I can even go further. It's a red day. So let's just check yesterday. Okay. yesterday you can see, right, pound, okay, is actually going up, up, up until it touches here. We can see here strong, so all positive, positive, green, 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 okay, and that is a green today. But if you go to the 4 hour, story start to get different. It's first big selling off, okay, first big selling off. So, right, if you want to check if currency also is there something happening, why this big selling off, because it was you know from 3 o'clock it was going, but there's a big selling off at 11 according to my time here. So basically that's a big selling off there, so that's a signal. Okay, so go back into the 1 hour, right? You can see the last 3 hours. Last 3 hours is selling off. Okay, last 3 hours is selling off. So basically what I need to do here is basically just check selling off lower, 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 lower. Okay, you can see that getting smaller, you're still in the money. And notice my 15 minutes entry and all the points are there, even for the bigger hours, for the much larger hours. Doesn't really matter. Okay, if I look at the 4 hour, there you go. Back to the 15 minute. And then all I do is just bring in my three-way tracking here. So say I want to enter this. Okay, this is 1 o'clock entry point here. You can see it's a 115, right? You can see that's a strong at 1 o'clock there was at 11, I mean there was a strong selling off with the 4 hour. This also shows a very strong selling off with the hours. Okay, it seemed like it coming back. So at this point here, for the goal, I would for the pair here, I would not enter, just watch it. Okay. Now let's just look at gold and watch carefully. I've set everything up so you can see gold. Everything changes now. You can see here gold, right? Okay, right? You can see here gold did a bit of selling off at 11, 11, 11. But notice it's riding on the 20 moving average. Notice it's riding on the 20 moving average. 20 moving average is moving nicely, moving nicely. So say you come in and at 12-ish, right? And you watch carefully and you see the gold here going, 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 right? And you see here it's coming back down, right? This here, it touches here. This point for gold, if you're tracking the 15 minutes, right? And you just want to spend say a 2 hour or 2 to 4 hour trading and just Skype off this. Basically, this would have been to enter this market, notice, strong. This would have been a very good entry point. Okay. Good entry point here. I'd enter gold here. Okay. The reason why I said that, you can see track going back, going back, going back, going back. Right. Notice everything is up. Gold is up, up. There's a bit of selling off there. There's a bit of buying coming there. But look, it pushes right up. Notice again here, right? Here, it touches, touches, touches. Well, you can see again, right? it's above the 20. Now it's moved above, and it's a stronger signal above the 20 moving average. So now, also I did say I was going to check the American. So it's the USD. USD JPY. USD. You okay, again, look at this now. Lovely. You can see again. I'll just go back and check. So look at the 1 hour, right? Greed. And I'm just saying to you here, I'll go back and just look at the days for this. So just go back and check the day and look what happened here. You can see, right, for the last couple of days, the US have been selling off. Look. So on the 14, the 15, the 16, 17, 18, right? Sorry. And then the 21st. So now gold in US start to USD, JPY start to come back. So this is a crucial point here to enter the market. Okay. So you can see on the day here, you can see it's even. So a decision will make here. So if you're tracking this, you can see a nice lovely push up. It the 20 moving average now just come into play. So your decision here is watch, okay, the 4 hour. And you can see here the 4 hour, okay, on the 11. There's a strong buying. So buying is still interested, but you can see so there was some selling off. Okay. Now moving on, you move to the 1 hour. And you can see the 1 hour start to show. So therefore the 15 minutes would be directly over. Well, you can see some selling off here. Okay. So now if this comes down and start to turn, okay, this would be a nice one to buy at this point. Okay, a nice one to buy. And the reason why I've said that is your 20 moving average, you can see it was selling off. Okay, so unless some news comes through, you start to indicate here. Look at the last four. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see this one here. Okay, notice how thin. So for the last 4 hours from 7 a.m. to 11, right, the buyers actually win here and start to push up. Okay, so at this point here, you could buy. Okay, so this one I will actually put to track. So this is how I would set this up. So I will flick between all three so you can actually monitor. So I will have this one on. Okay, so I'll leave this now and you will see this over a 2 hour. So over 2 hour, I set this up over 2 hour. So 15 minutes over 2 hour. Okay, so if I come in the market, say at the vertical line, doesn't really matter when I come in. So I'm going to start from say 3:30. Okay, and I'm going to track the next 2 hours. So yeah, so that's my setup. That's my setup. Okay, I'm saying here I will enter, right? I will look to enter and make my decision at 2. Okay, so if I go here, okay, let's just see if my candle is in the right. Yep, correct. Can you see? Okay, now my entry, I'm just going to put a green line and just show you where I would enter at 2. So my entry is going to be for 2 o'clock. Okay, it's going to be here. And that is when I've just set this up now. I'm not using anything. So I'm basically saying the reason why I'm thinking it's going to go higher, I've checked the days. Okay, so I'll leave this up and see what happens to this. Okay,